Hi everyone, McBeard here, back with another deck guide for you. I've been spending a couple of days playing Moonlight monsters with Elder at the helm, actually, which I felt has had some pretty interesting matchups, and it hasn't really been, it's been surprising me, basically, how good it is. And you'll remember that I was a huge fan of Aridin, Frost, Nova, Moonlight kind of hybrid, and this deck works in a lot of the same ways, the way you have an engine that's very hard to interact with in your Moonlight boons, and the fact that you actually have high value targets that are immune to targeting actually makes this deck work really well. And you can really outpace your opponent when you can start to just kind of, you mess with your own rows, you don't really mess with theirs. So that actually gives it a really good matchup against Alchemy, and I think that's where I have been leaning on it. But of course, once I switched to this deck, I didn't see a lot of Alchemy. But this video has a matchup against Alchemy. You can see what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the Bronze Core here. So the Alpha Werewolf, no one liked this card when it came out, and not even Moonlight decks played it. But it's actually pretty decent. It's a higher body for Ghoul. It's a higher body for Ozrel. It's anything that benefits from having a larger body in the graveyard. Monsters have stuff that does that. So you have that part. Plus, the power level is comparable to the Werewolf in that it creates 3 engine pieces that all would need to be dealt with, or else the Moonlight will continue generating value. Additionally, when weather is cleared from your row and you reapply Moonlight, the proc of the wolves coming out re-triggers. So, there's all these different reasons why it can actually stand with Werewolf as a decent Moonlight unit, but you only have 2 of them here, but you have 3 of the Werewolf. The Werewolf is just one of my favorite units. It starts off at 7. You can play it preemptively before the Moonlight. It can't be interacted with before then, so it's an engine that can't be vipered. You can kind of look at it like that. So this one creates multiple engines to deal with. This one creates an engine that can't be targeted. And the Ghoul takes advantage of, kind of near the end, just 1 Ghoul, because originally this was Dagon with 1 Foglet. But I like 1 Ghoul here because the 1 Ghoul can usually get a Spy to eat, and at worst will be 14 points with Alpha Werewolf. You have Monster Nest in this deck as well. You can do 2 Ghouls. You have Ozrel as well. You can do 3 Ghouls. So having a lot of these large strength units between the Spies and the 2 Alpha Werewolves can actually make for a good late game. Your Siren draws out your Moonlight. Play the wolves first. When I played Aridin, I always played the wolves first, and then I had a couple of games here where I forgot to do that, and I lost value. So please play the wolves first. Then play the Siren Moonlight over top. Draw the Moonlight out. Try to thin as much as possible. Don't be shy playing your Sirens. Even in a deep round one, just keep going. And Reconnaissance helps gets all your stuff out, so this deck actually becomes very efficient. Frightener, of course, because once again, you need to be able to... It's really hard to build a deck without a Spy right now that can compete. So I'm just nodding towards that. You have a Spy to counter your opponent's Spy, to abuse the red coin on some situations. Morvud is probably flex, but locking stuff and doing damage to big targets is usually okay, and sometimes locking is really, really important. You need to, like, a lock can save your life. The Necurat is just an extra source of Moonlight, or wherever you need it. Ozrel, of course, because there's Spies in the game, Ozrel is usually an 18-point play, but, you can use it to graveyard hate as well, which is pretty good against Skellige. Monster Nest and Mandrake, classic staples with Wispus Tribute. So these are your organic spells. Monster Nest can't create Barbagaza carryover, can't create a Ghoul if you haven't drawn your Ghoul. Usually that's what it is, and if you're messing around with Blood Moon, you can create a Drowner if that's just kind of how the game goes. And then finally Mandrake, because, you can counter a lot of stuff with Mandrake, you can reset a lot of big units. Stops Imlerith Sabbath, because while that card isn't everywhere, it can beat you if you don't have an answer. So it's good to always have an answer when you see monsters in the mirror, or otherwise. Tribute will pull out one of your 2 organic spells. Triss Telekinesis can be another Moonlight, can be another Reconnaissance. She's so flexible in this deck, and she just allows so much accessibility. Once again, Triss, best girl. Gels is better than Royal Decree here because you do have Muzzle. Gels can pull Muzzle, whereas Royal Decree cannot do that. So it's just good to have Gels, and also, the Necurat, Ozrel, and Morvud, these are, and Frightener actually, they're kind of specialized silvers, so you kind of want to have access to as many of your silvers and golds as possible, and I think Gels is just good. Usually you know roughly what he's going to get you, and you can plan for the outcomes that you know. And then Muzzle is, this is also flex, but I'm finding a lot of use out of it. It's good to steal your opponent's engines. It's good to, the swing is fair. The 16-point swing is pretty fair, and if you steal the right thing, you get much more than that. And in the Consume matchup, the Muzzle and the Monster, the Muzzle and the Mandrake just basically make it Just very much more favorable for you. And the deck in general just has a lot of engine, a lot of tempo, not a lot of control. But it's like a tempo engine deck, and I like that. And the engines are hard to interact with because it's the boons on your side of the board. So check out these games. I have 2 pretty good games for you. Once again, thanks as always for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. I've been playing more games. Boons are really hard to deal with. Yeah? No, I mean, they're slow, but they're not more slow than like Frost Dog. And you can do it proactively, which is good. So they should be good. They're proactive, like good first turn plays.
Should I help you? Regroup.
Muzzling the blue stripe scout is the correct play, right? Recon just brings it out though.
Come to me.
Elves must
Yeah, he just had another one in his hand anyway.
Close ranks.
Look at how dead my Gelsa is, almost. It's gonna get me more Vud. Or whatever Wispus doesn't pull. It's funny.
I will not let this become a second Sodom.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
That's a lot of points. It'd be funny if chase you over the world if you let it live. Are you talking about oh, I'm not really sure what you guys are talking about. I may have missed it. Look at this board. Look at the Igni I could wreak havoc.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Crazy full test swarmy goodness, huh? Maybe I'll just put some carryover on the board. Seems like he's not really doing anything to my stuff.
A word once given, we never break.
I mean, I should have ate something. I should have played something that that Osrel could eat.
Tell me you jest.
Does he have all 3 field medics in his hand too? He got a hell of a hand right here. Hell of a hand. This full test swarm is really cool. I haven't actually played this yet. Igni's not a card. He's running Roach. Yeah. He is. Got the 4 commandos. Definitely 100% running Roach.
Your will be done, sire.
Should I Mandrake that? I might not get it though. mean, I think he has me here, unfortunately. At least we have carryover. At the very least. Bad draws, guys. Bad draws. Taller. Yep.
Who takes an interest in coppers? No one.
Thanks for not being that Moonlight I put away. Really appreciate it. Carryover might just win me the game again. I feel like it really played a huge part last time. This is a ghoul, or this is a ghoul, I should say, if I want it to be.
Come to me.
But it could also be 2 sirens. Considering I have Ozrael, I think I might want the second siren. This is tough, man. I don't know if I can do no tunes yet, no tunes yet. I'll not win this round, but I'll win the game, you think? Matt Perez?
Sure. Be glad to.
Well then, let's get to work.
That doesn't surprise me.
You wouldn't want to hurt us, would you?
Futamaria!
Oh boy. Another field medic. He still has another field medic. Remember.
You can try to win them all.
It's a lot of soldiers on the board.
Futamaria. That's what matters.
18's line up there.
Ledwed varledo sial nogar.
Bad.
My lads will make sure of that.
You stand before royal majesty.
That's good.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf.
That's why that didn't work, because he grabbed this. All right, my next 2 cards are like decent. I mean, this one's the worst, obviously. I hit a 7. This lines up a Scorch, but I don't think he's holding it. And if he's holding a Scorch anyway, I think I lose. You don't? Do you run Scorch in this deck? I don't think you do. Risky business. Oh, great.
That's Ty's cellmate tower.
Nice. Wolf first. Yeah, I did that. I didn't think he was going to even think about resing Death Mold. I didn't think that was a good enough play for him, but I guess it was. You say always drop the wolf first, but yeah.
I forgive you. This time.
Redemption time.
The gate must be secure.
Oh, Jots, have a good one.
Revolution is inevitable, merely a matter of time.
Come to me.
Of course, as you wish, master. Time to get our hands dirty.
I should be playing the immune werewolves. What the hell's wrong with me? If I played the immune werewolves, this wouldn't be a problem. Just drop the siren. Call it a day. Although the immune werewolves are better for round 3, I think. I think and believe that fact.
Here's our chance.
He must have dead ointments. He must.
Of course, as you wish, master.
Come to me.
Beautiful. Beautiful and gorgeous and beautiful. Boon tick at the start of turn never fails. That's definitely what happened there. Didn't play Calvet. Very important. Didn't play Calvet. See, if I would have just played the immune werewolf though, he would have had a hard. It doesn't matter. This is going fine. This is going fine. I don't have Frightener though, and that makes me very nervous. Well, my recon is dead. I have to mulligan this. Okay, I have Frightener now on. No, I don't. Shit.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
Still going last, so it's okay. He's already wasted anointment as well. Because your net deckers in the guide never mentions it.
Of course, as you wish, master. Fight for the Emperor and you might be free.
I honestly believe Blood Moon on the back row would really mess with him. He'll RNG of Vanamar. If he wants to play Ale and stuff, he needs to put stuff on that. I'm gonna get value out of it.
How did that incantation go?
Ah, okay. Now we know how that works.
You wouldn't want to hurt us, would you?
Would you? Would I prefer an alchemy skeleton or rain fart? Rain fart, obviously. Rain fart.
Tomfoolery! Enough!
What is this gonna be? Gonna Mandrake a Siren? You're gonna reset. You're gonna Dazbog.
I like to improvise.
Oh, it's got a good unit, I guess, for to muzzle. I guess I'll lock this and muzzle it, and then I'll. Well, I can also elder and muzzle. Assuming I get muzzle.
That's thy cellmate tower.
He's on the red side. I felt like he needed his side to be more red. I'm on the blue side. I wanted to make my side a little bit more blue. I think it's just a UI improvement that I'm just kind of putting together here. Rain Fart is better. We love Rain Fart. The name is definitely not Rain Fart. Ain't that something?
Ledwed varledo sial nogar.
I'll just take the Mahaka Mail here.
How can I help?
Oh, I can res the ghoul with this? Hold on. That's better, right? That's pretty good, right? It's like Monster Nest, but not Monster Nest.
The quill is mightier than the sword.
I was right about the Blood Moon messing with him. It's going to be a spicy turn. Youch. I think we might be okay, guys. I think we might actually be okay. I think that winter might be over. I think it's warming up. That did mess with him.
You're worth the trouble.
You're worth the trouble. Oh. Alchemy with Dandelion's an interesting pick. I mean, what do you cut for that? We didn't see Village. We didn't see Trial, I guess. Good game. All right, there we go. Redemption against Alchemy. Ooh.